Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. This is Live with Liz. I am Liz, your host today, and we are in Pickens County in Liberty, South Carolina at Peabody Engineering, and I have with me Mark Peabody. Thank you so much for joining us today, Mark.
I'm thrilled to be here. Thank
Good.
you.
We're excited to have you. We've been talking for a few weeks about coming down here, and just so glad we finally got to make it work where we could come down and spend some time with you and hear more about what you're doing.
Good. Well, I know it was a long trip from Charleston up here, and we're delighted to have you here in the upstate.
It was. I'm glad to be here. I got to stay in Clemson, so it worked out really well for me. Before we get started, we're going to start by asking Mark all the questions y'all want to know. We're going to talk about the positions, the skills, the pay, all of that. We're going to introduce Bobby Brothers, the area director. But in the meantime, if you have any questions, please start putting them in that comment box. We're going to be able to address all of your questions at the end of this. So as they're coming up, feel free to just plug them in there. So let's go ahead and get started, Mark. Can you tell us just a little bit about Peabody Engineering? What's the history and what brought you to South Carolina?
I can. Peabody Engineering is a 70-year-old company. We're celebrating our 70th year this year. Second generation family business. My brother and I own the company, and we have since 1982. Although we started in agricultural fertilizer equipment, we transitioned about 35 years ago into manufacturing, and we make plastic chemical storage tanks. And new to our business, since we moved to the upstate, we also mold plastic kayaks, which is pretty exciting.
Yeah, that is. It was pretty cool. Mark walked me through the site before we even started filming today, and it was really impressive. And the machinery that you use to make these kayaks and the molds, they're massive. They're massive. It's a really impressive process that you have out there.
Yes, it is. It's called rotational molding, and what it is we take plastic molds and we put powdered resin inside of those, and it goes inside of a big oven, and these things rotate. So imagine a 13-foot kayak mold going into an oven and rotating on a 360-degree axis. That's a big oven.
Yeah. It is a very big oven. And you said like up to 500 degrees, is that right?
Yeah, actually 550 degrees is the processing temperature. And there's great big doors that open up. It looks like something out of a space movie.
Yeah, really, really cool to see. And it was fun to see how it starts as the powder, which we talked about on the floor, and ends up being this kayak, which we've all seen or used at one point in time. So yeah. Really impressive. Let's go ahead and talk about, I believe you were searching for your new location for about 5 years before you decided on Liberty. Is that correct?
Absolutely, at least 5 years. And we started in California, in Southern California. We still have a manufacturing plant there. But as our business grew, we got so much business on the East Coast, we really needed to have an East Coast manufacturing hub. And we looked throughout Tennessee, North Carolina, Georgia, South Carolina, and we got here to Pickens County, and it just checked all the boxes. They want manufacturers here. Mm-hmm. They have a great environment, quality of life, family values. The state government is behind us 100%. It's just everything that you would want to have in locating a family business like ours. And
Very good.
We're just really pleased to be here.
Yeah, and you're really close to Clemson. It's what, 30 minute
Actually,
drive?
I live in Clemson now. I moved from California to here, and it takes me 17 minutes to get to work.
Even closer than I thought. So that's great. Well, we're glad to have you here. You recently announced back in December, so you've only been here a few months, I believe. Your building is completely brand new. If you drive by and see it, it's a beautiful brand new facility. So welcome again. We're glad that we have you here in South Carolina. So let's start talking about your positions. How many employees is it that you have right now working?
Well, counting myself, we have 12 people at this time. We hope to have 35 people very soon. The employment market has been a bit challenging. There's a lot of people, for some reason, they don't want to work. But, you know, we have to make things, and we need people to do that. So
that's right.
We definitely are looking for workers.
Yeah, and if you want to be out floating on the river or doing any of the other things that you do here, we need people to help make those products.
That's
so
right.
That is great. That's great. Well, speaking of, you need 35 people total. What is it that you are looking for? What is the skill that you're looking for, the training, the experience in your applicants?
Okay, so right now we need people that can operate our molding machines. Experience would be good. If you have experience in rotational molding, that's great. If not, we can train you. We have people that have been doing it for 10 plus years already here working. We have a whole staff in California that can come out and train as well. We need tank assemblers and kayak assemblers. So after the products are molded, we have to put all the bells and whistles on them and get them ready to go out to the customer. We also need fiberglass fabricators. We have another part of the company, we do fiberglass for composite manufacturing. So we need people in that area as well. We need AutoCAD design people. And that's about what we're looking for right now.
Very good. So for those positions, you would like experience, but you are willing to train and upskill the people that you get if they're a good fit.
Absolutely, and we're looking for career-minded people. We have people that have worked for our company 25, 30 years. We have a very low turnover, and the reason is because we are a family-oriented business. We value our employees and their families. They've become part of our family. We've received several awards for top workplace, best places to work. U.S. Small Business Administration gave us the Family Business of the Year. So it's a blessing to work here. And in manufacturing, the big benefit, Liz, is we have a 4-day work week. So you get a 3-day weekend every week. So how about that for a nice perk?
That's great. That was actually going to be my next question.
Sorry about that.
You're fine. Was tell us about your benefits. Tell us about the pay. What is it about Peabody Engineering that you want people to know so they're just rushing to apply for a position?
Okay.
4-day work week is definitely, I mean, for me, that would be a great perk.
It would. Unfortunately, if you're an office person, you got to work 5 days. The manufacturing people don't, so that's nice. And we start at 6 in the morning, and you're off at 4 in the afternoon. So you, in the summer with daylight savings, it's daylight until 8 o'clock. So you can leave here, you can go fishing or go to the kids' baseball games or whatever every day. So that's pretty cool. We pay competitive rates. So you can come in here. We're looking for people at least 18 years of age. You need to have a high school diploma or equivalent or higher. Our pay range goes from starting at $17.50 an hour all the way up to $30 an hour, depending upon what your position is and what you're applying for, what your experience is. But it's also a career position, so you can get here entry level, learn the ropes. If you know nothing, I mean, after a while you're going to learn stuff and you're going to advance through the company, and you could really end up having a nice career. In addition to the competitive pay, we have a 401k. So the company matches up to 4% of your contribution, and that's a great retirement benefit. You know, if you invest your money, you want to get a return on investment. Well, the first 4% you put in there, you're getting 100% return on your investment. So that's a pretty good deal. We have competitive health coverage as far as insurance goes. We have paid vacations. We do a lot of really cool stuff too as a company events, that kind of stuff. It's just a fun place to work.
And you're talking my language. 3-day weekends, time off,
Absolutely.
and investments. I like all of those things, so that's very exciting.
And all we ask is that you come into work, you show up on time every day, you work hard when you're here, and if we do that, we'll have the beginning of a beautiful relationship.
That's perfect. And that's, Mark, what a lot of employers are asking for. Get here and we'll help you, we'll train you, we'll invest in you. So it's great to hear that Peabody Engineering is doing the exact same thing with their people on the floor.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Well, let's pivot and talk to Bobby Brothers real quick. Bobby, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for including me.
Bobby and his team, they're some of my favorite people, and I don't get to see them nearly enough because we are about 4 hours apart, but I'm glad I get to spend today with you. Can you share with us just a little bit about the recruiting and the effort that is going on with Ready SC and Peabody Engineering?
Sure. Let me first of all say it's been a pleasure working with Mark and Cheryl Peabody and the team as they make their transition to bring business here. It's always interesting to work with companies who are family-owned businesses. I mean, the culture is just so different and unique, and these folks really do a good job of treating their folks well, and it's just been a pleasure so far working with them. Right now, currently jobs are listed on sctechjobs.com. There's several there that are priority for the Peabody Group to hire. Rotational mold operators that Mark mentioned is one that's listing there. SolidWorks CAD designers, as well as fiberglass technicians and tank prep and assembly personnel. You can go to sctechjobs.com, find those positions listed there, and we're working in conjunction with our local SC Works office to help pre-screen these applicants as they come through and go and apply.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Bobby. So
Sure.
if you have any questions about that, you can always reach out to Bobby Brothers, get in touch with SC Works, just like he said. There's even a way that you could email us through the SC Tech Jobs website where you can ask more questions if you have them. So if you have questions, put them in this chat box, but if you have questions later, you can still reach out to pretty much anybody in the system
Sure.
office within Ready SC and here at Peabody as well. So thank you for that information, Bobby. And Mark, really our last question from us is going to be, how has your experience with Ready SC been working with us?
Well, I gotta say, Ready SC is very aggressive and a good partner in helping us not only seek out good employment candidates to work on our team, but also just their support and their training efforts, the reimbursement for expenses and ramping up and getting our people up to speed is just, it's unprecedented. It's amazing that a state organization could actually serve the private sector at this level. You know, normally you think about government people, you think about bureaucracy, and it's more of a hindrance than a help, but not so with Ready SC. These people are amazing. They truly care about us as a company and our success and the success of the state of South Carolina. So it's a real pleasure to work with them.
That's really nice to hear, and that's something I've heard before. I'm sure Bobby has as well. So we're really glad that you're enjoying your experience. And for those watching, so Peabody Engineering is a startup. It's a brand new organization. So Bobby and his team are helping them get their workforce they need. But down the road, if you expanded, that's another opportunity for Ready SC to jump in. And that's the same for any company that meets our qualifiers.
Right.
We're here for startups, we're here for expansion, and then of course we have our sister organizations, Apprenticeship Carolina and Enterprise Zone. So all that information is found on the website as well. But
So I've got to say, our new facility is 50,000 square feet, but we have it designed so we could expand it another 40,000 square feet. And we thought maybe someday in the future that would happen. Well, since we've started construction of this building, our business has expanded by over 50%.
wow.
As far as new business goes. So we are just bursting at the seams, and we may be expanding sooner than we had planned, which is a good problem to have. But again, we need good people that want to grow with the business, get in on the ground floor. We are a Christian organization. We love Jesus, and we treat our people like Jesus treats people. So if you are that kind of person, you have family values, you want to work for a company that appreciates that in an employee, we're the place to come.
The golden rule, right?
That's right. And we'll be certainly happy to help you when that expansion time does come, even above and beyond the first 35 jobs that you have committed to the state. Looking forward to it for a long relationship.
That's great.
Absolutely.
Well, we're not going anywhere.
That's good to hear. All right, so now we're going to go to the live Q&A. If you haven't put your question in that chat box yet, please go ahead and do so. But we will let our team let us know what questions have been coming through.
I know you mentioned about community events. Can you elaborate on some of those?
So the question was about community events and asking Mark to elaborate.
The community events, as far as, I'm not quite sure what that means.
Like events for the employees?
Oh yeah, you like employee events. Okay, well what we do is I've got a great big old barbecue shipping out here from California, and we are going to have employee family days and just employee appreciation days where we bring everybody out and we have a great big old cookout and everybody enjoys it. And you know, we have different food in California than they have here that we are excited about exposing South Carolina to. Number one is Santa Maria tri-tip dinner. We're going to cook up some tri-tips. We're going to cook up some Santa Maria style beans and salad and garlic bread.
That sounds wonderful.
It is amazing.
Sounds good.
Another one that you're going to love is the carne asada. You know, Southern California is known for its Mexican food, and boy, do we know how to cook carne asada. So we'll have Mexican cookouts. We're going to have tri-tip cookouts, and it's going to be a great time. We also play games sometimes with the employees, not kind of head games, but fun games, right? And what we do, you know, we've done like, remember that show with Regis Philbin where they had the suitcases? What was that called? And you open it up.
The money, did it have money in it?
Yeah, the money thing. What's that? What was that
I
called?
can't remember.
Anyway, whatever that was, we do that kind of thing. We have another thing where we spin a wheel and you get a prize. We ask, you know, trivia questions. It's one of those everyone's a winner thing. Another fun thing we do for the families is we have holiday coloring contests.
Oh, that's fun.
Where the kids will color, you know, we'll give them something to, and they color it, and then we bring it in and post it in the office. Everybody votes on what they like the best. Every kid wins something.
Yeah.
Okay,
Awesome.
but it's just a fun thing, get the family involved, and so those are the kind of activities we do. We try to think up new stuff all the time. We have a person here that's the CFO, that's the Chief Fun Officer.
Oh, that's a
And-
fun job.
And it's
Yeah.
their job just to figure out what fun things we can do together as a team.
Oh, wow. All right. What other questions do we have?
I know it may be dependent upon the position, but what would you say is the most important skill your ideal candidate would have?
The most important skill is a willingness to work hard, to get along with your fellow employees, and just to be an honest and good person. You know, skills can be acquired, but you have to have the basis of being a great person and a good fit to the company culture. And we have a company culture that we guard very carefully. So if you're a good person, come on out.
Yeah, that's good. Teamwork and good communication
That's
and
right.
willing to work hard and learn.
And we know that you mentioned pay rates earlier, but for some folks who maybe joined us a little bit later, could you just state those again?
Well, from 0 to 100, if you don't have any experience at all, you just want to come in here and train and learn a new skill. We're starting in the $17.50 an hour range, which is a heck of a lot better than a lot of places. People with experience, entry level, you could get up to $25, $30 an hour depending upon the position you're applying for and your level of experience.
Very nice. And I think, again, we have about 5 or 6 jobs posted on our website
Sure.
with Peabody. So,
Yep, sctechjobs.com.
any other questions?
That's it.
Okay. Well, thank y'all so much for watching this. Please stay tuned for the next one, which we'll be doing sometime next month. Go ahead and share this with whoever you think should be interested. And again, if you have questions you think of after this, please reach out. Reach out to any of us. And like I said, the system office. Thank y'all so much.
Bye-bye.